According to Vajrayana Buddhism, take it or leave it, when we tap into the Kundalini, we actually tap into our awarenesses of from past lives. So for example, just as a very basic example, if you were an artist in your past life, and in this life you had two engineers for parents, and so you became an engineer just like them, and all they ever talked about was engineer this, and anytime you mentioned art, they were like, oh, why would you waste your time with something so frivolous? And so you never pursued art. You had a small proclivity, but you had no clue how to do art. And now you're 20 years old and you found the path of enlightenment and you started to meditate on the chakras. The light's starting to come through you. Also, as the light's coming through you from your deepest, truest self, you're tapping into who you really are, your true self, not your ego, not the ego structure that was formulated by the society, by the parents of this lifetime, but the deepest, truest part of you. And all of a sudden you're like, not only do I like art, but I'm also going to do art. And also I already know how to do it. Like in 1 month, you figure out how to do art, like, well. And I actually have a direct example of this particular example. My friend Chandi, a fellow teacher, it was something like 7 years ago. She was showing me her art on her phone, paintings that she made that she took photos of. I've been looking at art since I was a child. I know art. I go to art museums. If you want to leave in 2 hours, I'll say, have a lovely day, and I'll stay 2 more hours. That's how much I love art. And I know art when I see it. I was like, these are amazing. And then I asked her, how long have you been painting for? She said 1 month. My jaw, like, that's like a jaw dropping, like, no way, that's crazy. That's amazing. I mean, I've also done art, so I know how hard it is to get to that level, but apparently it wasn't so hard for her. So what's obvious there from the lens of Vajrayana Buddhism, and really all forms of Buddhism, also other traditions beyond Buddhism, have an awareness of past lives as well. So she just remembered. That's all. She's just bringing back something she's already known that got covered over by the current lifetime, by the current socialization. And everyone on the path, whether you realize it or not, you don't have to go out and like, okay, I got to access my past lives, or there's particular types of psychic people you can pay a whole lot of money to tell you about your past lives. Sorry if any of you are on the call right now. All right, I don't want to offend anyone. Perhaps it can be helpful if you're like trying to undo traumas of a past life. But a lot of the way this happens in modern day is people go see a psychic about their past lives because they want to build up their self-importance. They want to build up their ego. Oh, I was a knight. Oh, I was Cleopatra. And that's actually real. They've done surveys, and there's an extraordinary amount of women who say that they were Cleopatra in their past life. Truth or workings of the ego? I wonder. I have a past life in Japan where I was kneeling on the ground, and then the sword came down and my head fell off. So I know that wasn't the workings of my ego, because that's not flattering at all to my ego. You get it? And I have other very powerful past lives that I've been able to see with the guidance of my teacher. It's not an easy thing to actually access them. But to try to access past lives, to remember how to be an artist, probably not too helpful. What is helpful is just simply to meditate daily on the 3 chakras that I recommend. Activate the Kundalini as you're doing so. That naturally happens. You don't have to focus on the Kundalini itself. It just happens when you meditate on the 3 chakras. And from age 20 to 30, you're going to like be a whole different person. Like, and you're still going to be you. You're still going to have the same personality. You're still going to have the same upbringing, downloaded on your hard drive. You're still going to be coming from very much the same worldview, but a part of you is more powerful, more able in many different ways, have talent in far more things than the average person. It's like, oh, do I want to be CEO this year of a company, or do I want to be a programmer, for example? You have a broad range. You're not just like, oh, I'm a programmer for life, or I'm a CEO for life, or a salesperson for life. There's a range. I mean, we've all lived apparently at least 20,000 lifetimes if you're on this path, or if you even want to meditate with a lineage like this. There's a lot of light here, and this light is not ready. Most people aren't ready for it. So you've been around the block like 20,000 times. Take it or leave it. And don't worry, we'll talk about something really easy and normal next time. We'll talk about mindfulness next time. Okay, I'll make it really simple in kindergarten for you. Okay, don't get scared here. Don't let me scare you away with this woo-woo stuff. Overall, generally, that has been my own personal experience. I can't even necessarily pinpoint every little awareness I pulled from which past life. It doesn't even matter. I just know that from age 20 to age 30, which is when I started at age 20 to 30, like just who was that guy and who's that guy now? And then I continue to change beyond that. Now, while we're on woo-woo things, we actually do believe in astrology, or belief may not be the right word. We do see a cause and effect and a positive, if you find the right astrologer who's not just trying to give you what your ego wants, what sells. If they're actually just reading the charts and they're knowledgeable in the charts, they can help you understand some things that are practical and helpful to your life now. And in astrology, one of the main concepts that we do see to be true is the Saturn returns. The first Saturn returns for any human, male or female, is around age 29, 27, 29. And before that age, you are in a state where it is very easy to change. If you are meditating every day, especially in the energy of enlightenment that my lineage can open for you, then you are going to have immense rapid self-development between, say, age 20 when you find us to age 28, 29. And I did that. I found the path at age 20. Some people find it a little earlier. We generally don't teach anyone less than 18. You need to be an adult. You need to interact with this energy with full agency as an adult for us to work with you. But once you're at age 18, that's good. And 20, or even if you find us at 25, that works. And you can make immense change in that time. Now, I have people who've already passed their first Saturn returns. You'll have a second one coming around age 50, I believe, or 49. You'll have to look that one up for me. It's been a while since I got into these details. You're going to have another Saturn returns, and that is going to be a very powerful transit for you. A lot of the world's CEOs, male and female, become CEOs right around the age of 50. So this forever 21 bullshit, if you're a woman and you think you need to be 21 for the rest of your life, you have my sincere compassion. That's such a sad, no, really, like I'm almost crying. Like that's such a sad thing the world has put on us, put on women specifically. So throw it away and think about how you're going to be your most spiritually powerful at age 50. And every year that you're on the planet. We are always intending to manifest at our strongest every year. Even at age 80, even when my body doesn't work the way it does now, I'll still be at least going for it. whether I'm less powerful or not, probably less powerful, at least in the physical body. But at age 80, you could be one of the most wise people. And that's its own kind of beautiful power, spiritual power. So let's redefine beauty and power, and not get so caught up on the physical when thinking of those terms.